Hey friends, today Green Crayon and I are off to Los Angeles. We're going to go visit Kehinde Wiley. And Kehinde Wiley is an African American artist who is highly sought out by clients like Barack Obama. Oh my goodness, do you know who Barack Obama is? Yes, he was one of our presidents. Yes, and he is known for his highly naturalistic paintings of African Americans while referencing work of the great masters with a beautiful dense background. This guy is awesome. His works are huge, and many times he would often sit on a chair, on a desk to paint. That is so awesome. So today we're going to do one of two versions. You don't have to do our subject matter. Today our subject matter is green crayon because we can't reach former president, Barack Obama himself. So we are going to create either crayon portrait, 1, or crayon portrait, 2. I'll see y'all on the drawing board. Hey friends, today we're going to do our version of Kehinde Wiley's portrait. And today we are not actually going to use a real person as our subject matter. We will actually be using green crayon. So today's lesson we will need the following materials. Make sure you have your paper, of course, ready. A pencil, an eraser, a Sharpie, and something to create some form of color. It could be crayons, color pencils, or markers. And today some of us may need the assistance of a ruler. If you don't have a ruler, anything that can create a straight edge line, or you can just free draw and then you don't need the ruler. So I'm going to go ahead and clear my board. And we're going to start off with our subject matter, which is going to be green crayon. And Kehinde Wiley was known to have his subject matters in a position that mimics the old masters. So let's find a position for green crayon. So we can actually just have him laying down and his arm can be over his chest. And let's go ahead and start our drawing. Remember, we're going to create our subject matter before we go into the background. We're actually working in reverse when we're drawing. That way we know how much space we need towards the background. So that's going to be the top of his head. And I'm drawing in pencil first. And when I'm ready, I can outline. And green crayon has the word green across him. If you don't want to do a crayon and you have your own subject matter that you would love to draw, that would be okay too. And his arms, he's got one arm and a knot here and the rest of his arm. And let's do his legs, and his legs kind of just stick out here. Okay. Let's move green crayon to the side. And now we are going to prep our background to create our pattern. Now in Kehinde Wiley's artwork, he has lots and lots of pattern. Let's go ahead and outline our green crayon. Okay, and for friends who don't have a ruler, we're just going to freehand draw our background our background today is going to have some nice, beautiful, wavy lines. And with this one, since part of our wavy line is actually going to disappear behind green crayon, you want to be able to predict where that wavy line is going to show when it resurfaces. Okay, and I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm going to outline these. If you don't want to outline, you don't have to. I like to outline for the purpose of the videos, so that way you guys can see it a lot better, and then everything else just kind of stands out a lot more. Okay, and remember, a pattern is something that is predictable. So in this case, it's going to be lines, the direction of the lines, and also the color. So I'm going to go ahead and use pink for the inside of my wavy lines. Okay, and I'm going to use a crayon for the rest of my background. I'm going to use a red crayon. Okay, and we are ready to shade green crayon. Now today, green crayon is not going to be the color green. We're actually just going to use our pencil. Kehinde Wiley loves to use real people. In this case, we can't use a real person, so we're going to use green crayon against a beautiful motif. So we're just going to create the illusion today that green crayon is a real person. So make sure your whatever hand, if you're left-handed, make sure it's your left hand that you have in the shape of an L. If it's your right hand, make sure you have that L shape with your index finger and your thumb. Go ahead and place your pencil against your index finger. Your middle finger should be curled in, and it's actually going to touch the side of your pencil, and your thumb is going to clap down right onto your pencil so that you can actually turn it over, and your pencil is 1 hidden and 2 being held up by these 2 fingers. Okay, and remember, for darker areas you want to raise your elbow a little bit. That way you get a little bit more pressure going onto the paper. It'll go like this. And if you want lighter surface areas, you release the amount of pressure, you relax your elbow, and then your pencil and your hand is naturally going to rise up, and it's going to create a lighter shade. All right, and the last rule is that when you are shading, make sure you want to shade in the direction of your object. This helps with the form. So I'm going to go ahead and start shading here. I'm going to start shading darker. For me, it's easier if I shade darker, and then I'm able to lighten my area as I curve my line. And the shading is going to go all the way up to the top in a curved manner. This is going to help create the shape of my green crayon. So now I know that there's some shadow coming on this side, and the same is going to happen at the bottom of the crayon. So darker on this side. And as I create my curves, I'm actually going to lighten the amount of pressure that I am applying. Go back in here, create some darker areas. Okay, and the same with the label. I want my label to be a little more noticeable. So my dark part of my label is actually going to be a lot darker, and my lighter part is going to be just about the same value as the value on this side. And we'll finish this up here. And for the bottom of the label, there's actually a black part here. We're just going to color it black. We'll use a black color pencil for this. I'm going to press nice and dark. And I still want to create that really realistic illusion, so I'm going to lighten the black. And now I'm going to use my eraser. If you want to use what you have on the top of your pencil, you can use that. If not, you can use a regular eraser. I'm just going to use this to create some highlights. So if there's a little bit of shine. right? And that just helps create some dimension. There you have it, friends, our version of Kehinde Wiley's portrait. That was so much fun. Green Crayon, thank you for sitting still while we drew you today.
You're welcome.
Green Crayon, you're hilarious. Alright, remember, Kehinde Wiley was an African-American artist who was born in 1977. He is still much alive. He is 43 years old right now. And he is known for his highly naturalistic paintings of African-Americans. He frequently references the works of old master paintings for their densely patterned backgrounds. That's so awesome. One of his most famous clients was the former president, Barack Obama. That's so awesome. High five. Okay, we're still working on the high five. Thank you, friends. I'll see y'all next week. Be safe.